come on in. So it's Monday. I've got some yogurt, of obviously light and fit, and I had some carrots. I ate a bunch of carrots already, so there's 3 left. I need to get a drink of something. I need to get a water. It's Monday. It is the 15th, so we've got a week and 1 day left for first robotics competition build season to be finished. There's a lot that you have to do, I'm sure, to get your robot ready. You got to get it wired up. You got to get all the mechanisms working. You have to get the programming done. There's some other things that you got to start thinking about. If you haven't already, you should start looking at the inspection checklist. And let's go look at that, because there's a few things that might be a little bit different this year. The 2016 inspection checklist, it's mostly the same. There's bumper things that are standard this year, that are required this year, that weren't last year. So you new teams who were with us last year and new teams this year, bumpers are going to be the thing that is going to trip you up the most likely through the inspection process. Teams don't use the right wood. There has to be 3/4 inch thick wood. This bumper backing material has to be supported 8 inches from each corner of the robot, and your robot might have more than 4 corners, might be 8 corners, might be infinite corners, I don't know, but you have to have 8 inches of bumper on either side of each corner, and those 8 inches have to be supported in a certain manner. Pay attention to those bumper rules. Robot radio is different. Don't use the old D-Link, use the open mesh. I guess I want to get more into these bumpers. Because of the defenses on the field, and also because of the dividers on the batter, your team might want to have bumpers that are higher than usual. The bumper zone this year is the minimum of 4 inches and a maximum of 12 inches. That means that your 5-inch tall bumper has to be between no lower than 4 and no higher than 12. If you look at the side of a robot with 8-inch pneumatic tires, the top of the frame is going to be about 6 inches at the most. If you're using 6-inch wheels, the top of the frame is going to be about 5 inches. So you could put your bumper right on the top of that frame, maybe have 1 inch, maybe 2 inches of overlap if your bumpers are down low. And the students on my team really wanted the bumpers to be high because of various reasons regarding the defenses and also the divider on the batter. So if you want your bumpers to be high, there's a maximum height of that bottom of that bumper could be 7 inches. The top of this wheel being 8 inches, the bottom of the bumper being 7 inches, you're going to be off the top of your frame. The challenge there is you're going to have to build an entirely new mezzanine or a new level of backing for your bumpers, especially since this year's game is probably going to be a lot of defense play. There's probably going to be a lot of ramming and hitting. You want your bumpers to be robust. You can depend on your frame perimeter or your frame chassis for bumper support, but this year, if your bumpers are high, you're going to have to build a whole new perimeter to support those bumpers. I would recommend you design it in now so you aren't surprised by the end of the build season. Work on your bumpers, make sure they're supported well, figure out the support as needed. Another thing that a lot of teams do these days, a lot of teams make really cool release videos, and some of the teams that I always look forward to watching are 118, Robonauts, Robo Wranglers 148. They do a nice release video every year. The premier teams, obviously, everyone looks to watch their release videos. Don't assume that your release video is going to be oohed and awed over. So take some direction from a veteran here, Jess Boucher, also the provider of the Chia Pet. She has some really good tips here with regard to how to make your release video. Last week I was talking a lot about the improvement of the Rev 4 of the Rhino Track Drive Pulley. We did get those in on Friday, and we're getting more in this week. So we're sending some out to teams who are requesting new versions. If you think you might need some, let us know. Have a great week. I'll see you on Wednesday. So today we are at Kokomo Fish, Chicken, and Gyros. Again, it's not gyros, it's gyros. That shows how old I am, but I've been to this restaurant when it was a Captain D's. It was a Mexican restaurant. It was an Indian restaurant. It was a diner, and now it's a fried food extravaganza.
So how long have you lived here?
Since 92, so that's 24 years.
When were those guys born?
Hi, I'm Jason, and I was born in 1995.
Thanks, Jason.